Opposition leader Advocate Nelson Chamisa distanced himself from calls to remove Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF through military action. Kusangana kwataita zvakare pana pa YouTube channel yenyu Magaba News patinobata nhau dzakasiyana-siyana dzinenge dzichiitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe nemunharaunda makatikomberedza. Zuva ranhasi tauya takabata chiitiko chava Advocate Nelson Chamisa tichitaura pamusoro pekuzvisudurudza kwavaita from any future military intervention kana kuti coup yekubvisa hurumende iripo iri kunzi Second Republic yava Mnangagwa. Apo vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa vane someone avabvunza papost yavo yavanga vachitaura about nhau dzecub 3 about nhau dzava Mnangagwa dzecoup haya kwavakaita vasengezo shabangu nezvinhu zvavari kuita munyika yeZimbabwe vachishandisa taxpayers dollars to buy influence, recruiting allies, mobilizing institution and giving cars to destroy the credibility of someone who was supposedly on your side. So muri Zimbabwe nhau iyi vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa vanga vachitaura vachipa kuruzhinji, asi vari pakutaura ipapo pavanyora post yavo kwaita kuti pawane akomenda papost iyi akabvunza kuna vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa akati, what about the Geza revolution? Why wouldn't you support the people? Ndo mashoko abvunzwa vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa. Vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa vabuda pachena vakataura vakati, handinyoreswe paper 2 2017 takadzidza zvakawanda. Ndo mashoko ari kuitika apa. So mashoko ava Advocate Nelson Chamisa ataura zvizhinji kuti havabvume kuti paitike chiitiko cheanother coup, military coup, sezvo Geza revolution inomira ichinzi iyo inomirira ichibva kumauto. Endena iko zvino sezvo vaGeza vakafa yakasara yakabatwa naComrade Knox Chiwero, vanova zvakare ari mamembers anga ari mamembers eZANU-PF vanova zvakare vakabatsiridza pachiitiko che2017 vakaita kuti vaMnangagwa vave pachigaro chavari chikuita kuti veruzhinji vagunun'une zuva nezuva. So mashoko aya azotsinirwa achinyorwa navahopi veching'ono vachizivisa kuti opposition leader Nelson Chamisa has come out in the open and made it absolutely clear that he would not support another military coup in Zimbabwe. By implication, he would not support any military coup against President Emerson Mnangagwa. So according to news maererano nemashoko avaadvocate Nelson Chamisa, a former opposition leader, he has publicly stated that he would not support another military intervention in Zimbabwe, a position that has sparked widespread discussions across the country political landscape. The debate emerged after commenting made on social media where Chamisa responded to a question about whether he would support efforts amid to remove President Emerson Mnangagwa through means outside the electoral process. In his response, Chamisa used the phrase "Handinyoreswe paper 2 2017 takadzidza zvakawanda," a statement made interpreted as a reference to an event of November 2017 when the military intervened and former President Robert Mugabe was removed from power. According to political commentator, Chamisa message suggested the lessons when were learned from the event of 2017 that he does not wish to be associated with any similar process in the future. The statement has been interpreted by some as a clear indication that he favors the constitutional and democratic method of political change. The discussion intensifies after a media user asked Chamisa whether he would support what some online activists describe as Geza revolution, a movement that critic of a political government saying is aimed to bring political change in Zimbabwe. In response to accusation from some individuals that he had secretly worked with the government in the past, Chamisa strongly rejected the claims. He urged that if he had been aligned with the ruling establishment, they would have no reason for authority or a political rival to spend years opposing him politically. Chamisa questioned the logic behind the allegation that he has been working together with those he often criticized. He pointed to years of a political battle, disputes over election, and efforts by rival political forces to weaken his influence as evidence that he has been never part of the same political project. He further added that the political opponents do not usually invest significant resources trying to undermine someone who is supposedly their ally. According to Chamisa, the long-running political conflicts between him and the ruling establishment demonstrate a clear difference rather than cooperation. The remarks have generated a mixed reaction among Zimbabwe. Some citizens have welcomed Chamisa's position, saying Zimbabwe's future should be determined through constitutional processes, election, and peaceful political participation rather than military involvement. Others add that political reform has been slowly and continue to express frustration within the country direction. Some of his voices have questioned whether the peaceful political methods alone can bring the change they seek. However, Chamisa's latest comment appeared to make one point clear: he does not want to be associated with an attempt to change government through military intervention. The debate now shifted to a broader national conversation about how change should occur in Zimbabwe. Should leaders and citizens focus entirely on election and constitutional processes, or do a growing frustration among some sections of society point to deeper political issues that still need to be addressed? What remains clear is that Chamisa's remarks have reignited discussions about the legislation of 2017, the future of opposition politics, and the direction vision Zimbabweans hold regarding political change. As the conversation continues, many observers will be watching closely to see how political leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens respond to these developments in the months ahead. Mashoko ari kubva kuna vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa asiya veruzhinji vachishamisika nekuda kwemashoko avaadvocate Nelson Chamisa, asi vamwe vari kusapota vachiti tikasapota another military coup tiri kungodzorera same chikwata cheZANU-PF ichocho, ende ndo chikwata chitiri kuchema nacho chatane time tichiramba tichiti ko zviri kumbofamba sei neZANU-PF iyi, kozi tinenge tichibvisa ZANU-PF tichidzorera ZANU-PF zvakare paposition iyoyo. So ndo zviri kunzi navadvocate Nelson Chamisa handidzokorodze pepa randakamhonyora ndoridzokorodza futi zvakare, handichadzipamhidze. So vamwewo vakarespondawo pamashoko avadvocate Nelson Chamisa vakati, Chamisa, you are one of the reasons why Zimbabwe are scattered all over the world. Ndo mashoko everuzhinji vamwe vakati, NC judgment has become so poor that every decision is marked into a turn on go. Vamwe vakati you are better than off with Chiwenga and the army that is against the route in ZANU-PF now. Vamwe vakati if you do not, then it's an endorsement of ED. These are trick time we are in, as best exam should be leaked than not taking it. Ndo mashoko everuzhinji vamwe vakati so mongoda mouth choice here nai paper 2 inoremaka. Vamwe vakatiwo kuna vaadvocate Nelson Chamisa, ED wants cab 3 desperate, the army will be weakened by the amendment bill paving his way to become king Munotapa. Iwe uchiti haunyore paper 2, you are no longer relevant to the struggle. I feel pity for those who risked you following you. Ndo mashoko everuzhinji. So vamwe vakanyanya kuwanda vari kupokana nemashoko ava advocate Nelson Chamisa. Imunoti chi maererano nenhau dzatava takabata idzi pamusoro pavaadvocate Nelson Chamisa vati handibvume kunyoreswa paper 2 yechitiko sechakaitika 2017 tikadzidza zvakakwana. Ndidzo nhau dzatava takabata pano paYouTube channel yenyu Magaba News. Ndokutendani kune vese vari kutsigira Magaba News.